Hi guys, this is Matthias from J&M with a new Unity tutorial about using the game controller for user input. You remember the last tutorial where we added the options panel? In this panel you could switch, or the user could switch, which kind of import for the player is used, mouse and keyboard or controller input. In this tutorial I want to show how to react on this toggle input and to adjust the UI, for example here of the actions panel. I defined several icons with Photoshop, the 1, 2, 3 icon for example that is used in the actions panel. The actions panel is popped up when the player interacts with an object, and when the controller is supported we switch the UI that not the 1, 2 or 3 icon is displayed, but instead the A, B and X icon. The icons are sprites, single sprites, for which generate mip maps is set to true. And this is the result you can see when we change the input method. Okay, let's move to an object. The action panel appears, and now you can see we have mouse and keyboard input, and the 1, 2 and 3 icon is displayed. Now I switch, and dynamically you can see the X, A and B icon. Again, switch, and the UI is adjusted. Very cool. Okay, now, what do I need to implement this? It's not that easy, but I will try to explain very slowly. First of all, we need an empty game object called game settings. For this object I defined a script, also called game settings, and this script has to be used over all scenes of the game. This means this script is never unloaded, even if I switch from one scene to another one. Therefore I derived this class from Unity Singleton, which I think I have downloaded from Unity Wiki. You could just Google this. Derived that class. This is a singleton implementation, and override the method init and set persist to true. But first I defined two arrays of type sprite, and in these arrays I store my icons. I also defined an input changed handler, which I will explain here. When the input type changes, then I store this in the player prefs, and then I call this input changed event handler. With this event handler I have the possibility to react on this change in another class. The next method is the getIcon method. I think I will refactor this. This is the index. That's better. Okay. And if the input method is mouse and keyboard, I use my mouse and keyboard icons array as a result type, or as the collection I choose my icon from. And if not, then we have game controller support, and this array is used. And I return the sprite at the index of the parameter index. Okay. That's the game settings class. The next one is the options handler. This game input changed method is called when a toggle changes its state, and if the controller toggle control is set to true, this is here is on, then we set the input type to game controller, and if not, then we set it to mouse and keyboard. Then input changed will be called, and in the actions panel I have another script. This is called action panel. There are defined my 3 images that I want to adjust if the user input changes. The 1, 2 and 3 icons or images. I defined that as global parameters, and in the action panel script I bind this input changed event handler here in the start method, and if this method is called, then I assign the appropriate icons from my game settings class. And in this I get the correct icons because the game settings class delivers the icons that matches to the current input type. Okay, I know it's a little bit hard to understand, but perhaps just watch this video again, see how these classes interact, and then you will understand that this framework or architecture is very extendable. This means if I have new icons or other panels that I want to update, then I can refer to this framework. So, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask on the as a YouTube comment or as an email. I will try to answer it. Please subscribe to our channel and see you soon in the next tutorial. Bye.